Thursday, August the 28th. Now, straight away, immediately, I'm going to have to say apologies for my absence. I have been very quiet the last, I'd say, nearly 6 weeks since I posted a video last. A lot has happened and it's been quiet at the same time. Cattle wise, everything is going well. In other parts of my life, we are under pressure, but we won't get into that just now. We'll keep our focus on the cattle. You can still see we're now the 28th of August. Mac is still here. We did have a little bit of difficulty at the start of the breeding season. A few of the cows have cycled more than twice for some reason. But we do now have most of them settled. Now, I don't have any scanning done, it's just that they haven't returned. I've been very strict and very observant, and I've been keeping a tight eye on them all. And one of the cows that hasn't held is Blue over here. She was the first cow to cycle, and she has been the last one to cycle also. So she has cycled 3 times. Belle got the first time. Who else was caught the first time? Little Red here, or what's her name? Red Claire was caught, no problem. So look, they're all. It turns out that I've only 7 cattle here bulled, and the 2 other cows that had calved late, Belty Moore, she hasn't started to cycle yet, and Big Little Red, I don't even think I ever made a video about this lady. She has calved, and I think the last video I made, she hadn't had calved yet. So this one, she's over here. She had a little Belty bull here. You can see him. That's him now, and a good strong growthy calf, a better calf than Belty Moore's calf, to be honest with you. But I'm just looking at the size of that calf now. It goes to show when the last time I posted. So there is a calf that's 3 months old. Is it May, June, July, August? Well, thereabouts. And there's Belty Moore's calf coming into the view now. But that's a good strong calf here. He's a little bit, although he's not. He's getting used to me now, yeah. But he was a very flighty calf when he arrived first. I didn't tag him for a while, and it was difficult enough to get him. But I caught him and I got him tagged. So yeah. Breeding season is, I suppose, nearly over now. Mac will be leaving shortly, and I may have to get a loan of another bull to clean up. So Belty Moore, I would say Blue. I don't know what's the story with Blue, but he fails to catch her every time. She's cycling and he has no interest in her. So I don't know what's happening there. Maverick was bulled, and when I say they're bulled, how I know they're bulled is with the day that they're cycling, the day they're in heat. When I come down, if I see an arched humpy back like they're making their water, when I see them like that, you know that the bull has served him and got his job done. I never observed Blue in that stance, and I was right, because every 3 weeks she did cycle. So whatever reason's going on, he's failing to manage to breed that lady. So let me just do a little walk on through. Grass growth is absolutely, I'm very happy with grass growth. They're in on this bit of ground here for the last 12 hours. You can see that the ponies are following behind. I have our donkey here, I have Teddy, the tyrant, and I have our young foal. He's not as young anymore. I have a 2-year-old gelding, and I have the mare over here, the mother of that foal, following behind. Teddy's giving me a bit of trouble. He's gone under the wire and he's causing the foal to go through after him. And the funny part about it is, the last time we were in this little bit of ground, that foal gave me fierce trouble. He would not go through the fence there to go on down to the lower side where his mother was. He ran around here for a good hour. It took me to get him out, and now he has no fear of the fence and he just runs under it at his leisure. So that's can be annoying, but I know it's the little fella up here that's causing the trouble. The gelding here is a little bit cultish, and he's jumping all over this boy, and the two of them are fighting, and to get a little bit of relief from it all, Teddy goes out under the wire and then brings the foal, and that can cause a problem. But lucky enough now, everything's been okay this last while. But I'm going to take him away now and mix things up a bit. So we're in the end of August now, we're into autumn, the leaves are starting to turn and fall. I have lots of grass ahead of me. I haven't obviously been making videos to show the growth that we have, but this is the kind of grass that I'm leaving behind, having had them in on this for the last 12 hours. But if I get them a larger area and it was 24 hours they were on, or even 36 hours, that's the kind of growth that's been left behind. Now the ponies have to come in on this. They will pick around and graze that a little bit tighter, but not that much tighter. It's been very dry for the last few weeks, so at the backs of ditches I have noticed that the grass is starting to get a little bit stunted, but in the middle of it, or out in the middle of the fields, I'm very happy with the growth that we have. So I'm going to finish off fencing and let the cattle down onto the lower side here, and I'll do a little walk on through when the cattle have their heads down, and I'll show you what kind of grass I have. We had a lot of rain the last couple of days. As I say, we had a kind of a dry August. We had a lot of rain the last couple of days, and the grass is so long in there that it's lying over flat. And don't know exactly how many days of a rotation I am going on at the minute. I must actually, when I close this down and move the cattle, I'll be back, and I will go through my phone and check it out and see exactly when I was here last. It may actually be, no, I don't think so. No, it was hardly when I had the foal in here giving me trouble. It's hardly that long ago, but it's in and around the 2 months anyhow. But I want to know for my own. I kind of like to be a little bit exact. I like to know to the day how long it's been. But we're definitely getting a good long rotation. Maybe too long. I could afford to speed them up that little bit more. What else have I done since I was talking to you last? I did a small little bit of dosing. For those of you that have been following the channel for the last couple of years, few years from the start, I kind of started out and I wasn't really dosing much at all. But I've noticed that the first calf heifers can tend to fall behind. So to give them that little bit of help, I just like to give them one bit of a dose. So the first calf heifers, Belle, I dosed her. I dosed a little belted Galloway here. She's the first calf heifer as well. I dosed her. Maverick actually got a dose. This little lady here, Runty, she's out of Davy's heifer, who's at home all the time. We'll talk about that again, but yeah, I gave her a little bit of a dose as well. She's kind of a little screwy kind of a calf. Well, she's a yearling now, but she never grew that well. Her mother had to dry up. I had to take her off the mother because the mother got lame, an infection in her leg. So that's Belle's calf there. He's a bit of a thief. He goes under the wire the odd time. He's the only calf this year that goes under the wire. I'm breeding out that kind of thieving genetics. I had a lot. This lady here was a bit of a thief, but she's starting to get manners. So I don't have as many thieves this year. I did had a lot of them from that red and white short-term bull I had a few years back, and his genetics are widespread in here. But the few cattle that I sold early in the year, they were the renegade crew. They were the thieves, and they're all gone now. So the little, what was it? She was kind of a Rony heifer. She was a notorious heifer for breaking out. So yeah, that is it. I will do a little bit more fencing and I'll be back. I want to calculate exactly how long it's been since I was last on this bit of ground. Yeah, okay, right, I will be back. So I've been through my video notes, and I can now say that I'm on, and I did believe it was too long, I'm on a 70-day rotation. Now, I don't believe we need to have 70 days rest, especially here in Ireland. But the last time I was in on this ground was, in fact, I remember it distinctly, it was the 21st of June. I was heading away for the fair down in Spansel, which was on the 23rd of June. So the last time I was in here was the 21st of June, which gives me, we're on a 70-day rotation. So this is the grass that we have. Now this land here was lying idle for 14 years before I got control of it. It had gone wood, it had gone to wood, it was oxidized, it was heavy thatch, it was yellowing, it was lifeless, it was dormant, it was doing nothing. The carbon cycle, if you wish, was literally nil. It had just gone stagnant. Now ever since, it has taken me 5 years to get this ground back to life and back growing well again, and it's actually taken 5 years for the clover to come back in. If you look down here, you'll see that our clover is popping its head up there. There was no clover on this ground when I got it first, and there was no worms. I dug holes in most fields of it and I never got any clover. Now this is the wettest bit of ground that there is on this farm. There's rushes, you can see, and if I just wheel around, there's plenty of rushes on it, but the rushes I didn't top now in a long time. This is my second year now not topping. I'm out wintering, I'm grazing 12 months of the year, so them rushes come into play mostly in the winter time. They do pick the greener, fresher type. They don't go near the old ones, but the old ones tend to weaken at the butt and fall over, and then you get a fresh young rush growing up from that, from the centre of that clump of rushes, and they're the type of rushes that they tend to pick at, especially the Connemara pony after the cattle. So even though I haven't topped, you can definitely see that the rushes are definitely getting, they're finding it not as, why am I losing my vocabulary again? The rushes are receding anyhow. They ebb and flow. So we can see our clovers are coming up here now. So this has gone probably too strong. It's not, look, I could have grazed it a lot sooner, but the tips of the grass has not yellowed. I don't like to see the yellowing on the tips of the grass. Once that happens, you know, then you've left it too long. But I could have come in here 3 weeks ago. Never mind now. But I'm going to let the cattle in. They're up here on the far side of that ditch. They're going to come in here, and what's really helping me extend my rotations is the volume of grass that's in an area. So I can afford to give them a tighter area because of that volume of grass. Now they'll put out their tongue now and they'll rip that and leave a good 50% of it behind. The ponies will come in, they'll nip whatever kind of stuff that they haven't gone near, and that will allow, there's super energy after being stored in that ground now after that long rest. That is the benefit of it. But it's going to be very interesting now coming into the winter time, what kind of grass I can get coming from now on in stockpile grass, and what I will have after the first rotation in the dormant season of winter time after Christmas. So I have this grazing now, that's the end of August. I will be back here the next time I'm in here. I will be feeding silage or hay, and that will be before Christmas, and then the next time I will be in will be after Christmas in March. So there's 2 more grazings, there's 3 more grazings before we have the growing season again next April. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. These are the kind of things I think about. But the volume of grass in here is serious. Now it has lied over, now it's starting to lie over because of the rain we've had the last few nights. But you can see the clover, there was no clover in here. So I definitely believe it took 5 years for this place to regenerate properly. See, there is rushes there that have completely been taken over by grass. So that grass here is up to my waist, and the only reason it's still standing is because it has the structure of the rush to hold it up. So that's not kind of seed head grass, that's just leafy grass. So let me go up here now. So as I say, this is the worst, wettest end of it. There's a kind of a spring around here that kind of keeps this land on the high side wet. And funny enough, it gets drier as we go down, which is kind of the opposite to most land. But this is the source of the water here. So by right, a drain needs to be dug along there into another drain, and off she goes. But they're only going to be on this for 24 hours. So if you want to spend all that money You can, I suppose. Now I'm out of breath. So I am going to try and keep posting now from now on in. I had a lot to do. I couldn't concentrate. I made lots of videos and I never posted them, to be honest with you. I was a little bit concerned with the bull and I didn't know how to address it. Didn't like to criticise him either, but he's a beautiful bull. I'm going to have calves from him next year. It's just that lady there never held. A couple of them broke secondly, yeah, but yeah, the majority of them are in calf now. I have the black shorthorn at home with a lovely calf. I must show you that calf now as well. I was to sell her with calf at foot, but the calf turned out to be lovely. So I'll probably run her down one of the days. I have a bullock at home as well. He's going to be processed soon enough. I was almost debating on throwing him into the mart as well. He's one of those animals that was related to the thieving cattle, and he does thieve. He jumps the wire at home. He drives me mad. But the funny part about it is, as soon as he sees me, I just drop the wire down like that, and he jumps back in again. He comes running over. He knows he's bowled, and he goes back in again. I literally ask him to go in, and he goes in again. But he will jump out the next morning. They're smart enough little hoovers. So the fence is off. It is, yeah. I'm going to open up the wire down here. They'll have to do a bit of a 180, which is an awkward kind of a thing to do. And they're going to open up this fence here. I may give the two areas to the ponies today, just this once, because I don't want to tighten them. Now the cattle were tightened on this bit of ground for the last 12 hours. It was only a 12-hour sale, so it was half the size of what I normally would give. So I'm going to give the ponies what I would give the cows for 24 hours. So the ponies are going to come into a 24-hour sale. I'm going to take this wire out of it. There is another wire up here, so I'll give these the full area. And the reason why I'm doing that is because of the misbehaving. It's a little bit tight here, and I don't want to see ponies running through wires or that foal chasing around after Teddy. Teddy seems to be happy enough up there, so when I give him the extra space, he won't feel like he has to go out immediately. He might stay in. That's just what I'm thinking of doing. And they're only in on that for the last half a day as well, so they could get away with picking up there for another bit. Yeah, so that is it. They're not one bit anxious to move. As I say, they're only in here for 12 hours. Yeah, the best calf out of them all. Let me just go through and look at the calves. This is Maverick's calf. Maverick's calf is not a great calf. He's very plain. The best calf of all just got mowed over by the bull. And he's coming in to make sure that this lady's going to cycle her. Watch him. So Beltymore, we know, hasn't come bulling yet. And Mac is there behind her now, waiting for his chance. But the best calf we have... Maverick, don't start running at me like that now. Is Red Clare's calf. I'm very fond of this lad here. He's a lovely broad back on him. He turned out the best of them. That's Bell's calf, the little shit. We call him that. This is the best heifer we had. Look at that. There's the mother there. She's almost the size of the mother. That's Boss Cow's calf. He turned out a nice calf as well. He's a big strong calf. He's a good broad back on him as well. So that bull has brought good backs. But this is mother and daughter. Can you believe that? So there is a cow that can produce a calf that's over half her weight. After March, what is it? March, April, May, June, July, August. That's 5 months, that calf. Yeah. So that's the bull last year brought good growthy calves. There's Blue's calf there, a lovely heifer. Blue, you better hold for this bull or the next. You're going to be late next year, but look at these things happen. I'm not going to worry about it. Beltymore's calf. Big little red calf. Yeah, that's them all, isn't it? Yeah, I'll open the fence up. So we have the cattle in and I'm just checking. I can get 8,000 volts off that new charger. 8,000 volts. So I have the new charger and I have that new poly braid. That is definitely improving things. I've only the one teeth, as I said, that little shit in there someplace, but that's down to genetics. There he is there. His mother was a notorious thief as well, and she is a daughter of that bull that I had a few years back. So they will get manners as they get older. They're not as inclined to go under it. That late, oh shit, I'm after getting them. Oh God almighty. That's getting caught in it. Let me check it again. God almighty. 8,000 volts, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, she is a daughter of Belle. She's over there. She is a daughter of that bull that bred a notorious crew of thieves. So I have better kit now as they get older. Oh yeah, that lady I was saying still tends to go down on the knees and graze along the wire. So it's in her all the time, but she hasn't been getting out. But if there is any place at all that the wire is slightly higher, she'll take a chance on it. And the calf will go out. He doesn't like to be tightened at all, even though I haven't done any tightening this year. And I'm just very happy with the waves of grass that we have. Oceans of it. And the rushes are under pressure. I was explaining that badly in the video earlier. But the rushes are definitely losing the battle with the grass. The grass is competing very well. That's what I meant to be saying. So yeah, this video is getting long. I suppose it should be. It's been a long time since I haven't made a video. So it's probably 70 days actually now that I think of it. The last video I made, I can't remember. I'll go through. Also, I have to apologise for the comments as well. I haven't been online at all to be replying to comments. I know there's comments there wondering where I've been. I'll try my best now to get answering all of them, but I have to go now and do a bit of work. So I'm going to close down this video. I'll hopefully get it posted today, and we'll chat and catch up with things very soon. Yeah, so the 28th of August, I'm going to go up now and head on home. There's no word on the quad and there's no word on the tractor. We'll talk about that again. On the 28th of August, what day is it? Thursday. I will say good luck and goodbye.